Gen.G in the Azir Jinx combo, plus the Braum being able to
the GPs, it provides so much space.
exactly
more helpful in terms of sustaining during the laning phase, whereas the Lethal Tempo for Ruler's all about those later game team fights once he does get fed up. As here we go.
Yep, Clid's going to find on Fleek. He's going to get taken down very, very low, but that's a great smite. They smite back. As with a red buff now, Clid should be able to grab this, or at least a flash, and it will be the flash out from OnFleek, who's now looking to come back again. It's the first dragon of the game, second going to be the Cloud, so we're going to avoid Cloud Soul this time. As Rascal, he's going to go real big, and the Piggy's in trouble. Slice, dice, and oh my goodness. Oh, gets over the wall. The flash in from Rascal, though, and that's going to be a dead Sejuani. And he just followed her the whole time.
There was really no helping him, even though he led the enemy on a long journey, as now he's trying to get up to the top side here.
Yep, Barrel comes in. Rascal was thinking about trying to stop it, and actually this slow could be the death of the Crocodile. Some revenge for OnFleek. Not able to get the knockback, as it's a cute little flash, not really necessary, and that is a dead Croc. His flash also off cooldown, remember, so really nice return for OnFleek to get his revenge. As in goes BDD, as revenge might be happening once again, and yes, goodbye little Miss Piggy.
She's riding, but I just saw it there as we got to trade up in the top side now.
Yep, Summit is going to throw down his ultimate. Rascal's going to have to tank a lot of it as the oranges have been eaten. There's the slice, there's the dice, and that's Rascal just picking up a solo kill. Pretty unacceptable there from Summit.
Look at this rotation coming in.
Yeah.
They have no idea about this.
There's the Glacial Prison. Clid already down to half as Fate looking to try and come in here as well.
Where's
Teleport through. As yep, she does eventually get there. Shuriken backflip, but unable to actually secure the kill. Trap is eaten by Clid, but there's no follow-up. There's the flash from BDD. This is why he picks the Azir. It's so he can grab double kills whenever he wants, as Root's trying to answer, but there's no one in range.
And that he did, as now the mid lane is, well, now it's kind of 5v4 in this game.
Well, still going to be an ult. Doesn't quite land onto BDD. Good shifting stance, but now Clid could be in trouble. Will pick himself up a shield, but what? Gangplank ult comes down to confirm Emperor's Divide just to get them out of the way, as Life does miss his Unbreakable, but he's going to be all right, as Ruler almost eats through that extra plate, but he got a couple of them at least, and now has an 8 CS advantage there on the bottom side, despite everything, is now Fate. Shuriken backflipping away, but he's not going to survive. Not sure why he was there. Looks like he's going to go Zeal Adam second with that Crit Cloak that he has built up. That's a teleport behind Root, and he's just standing around. Not sure whether that's what he really wants to be doing, is, zapped and destroyed. What? That teleport was like channeling for what felt like a year.
Yeah, he had
and Root's
no idea.
like, I better kill that minion.
He just had no clue. He's like, oh, I guess I'm dead.
Yeah, whoops.
This has been the game that, this is not going to make the Mad movie. Same build as last game. But, yeah, I mean, you're right. He needs that time, as Summit is in a bit of an awkward spot here.
A dilly of a pickle is what I'd call it, as Glacial Prison could come down. OnFleek looking for it, but doesn't ever really make it do anything, as Fate is going to secure that one onto the Crocodile. Good stun from Clid, as BDD's here, and Sandbox therefore have to run away.
To force a fight, but here we go.
Fate going in, looking for Life as he gets into his Shroud as well. There's the perfect execution. Ruler's dead already. Life will follow. Double kill for the Gangplank. BDD's put in prison, but his soldiers are there. That's a great Shuriken backflip to make sure that Fate can get in amongst the fight, and BDD's flashed after by Root, and the ace in the hole will secure, not the ace, because Rascal had respawned, but
in the cool angles, I'm not 100% sure. Something might die.
He might die. Eat some oranges, but he is not K. Sometimes there are two solo laners in your lane.
Thankfully, BDD had Morellos.
As Summit and OnFleek, they've got their hands on those big AoE ultimates, and look at that. Summit throws out his, that's the prison for the Bear, who has to ult defensively. It's not what he wants to be doing, but it looks like Gen.G have bided their time enough. Rascal looking for the flank, BDD can't get chunked like that. As the ace in the hole comes in and almost takes him out. He's got teleport.
They could burst it.
Yep.
I think they could absolutely burst it, and Gen.G have to stay.
Yep, they need to channel BDD's teleport as well. He is coming in, but he's so far away, and yes, you're right, it is too late. Backflip, net, Arctic Assault. Now they're trying to go for the force fight. BDD, can he be the hero? There we go, 3 with the Emperor's Divide. They are all in the blender set up by the Emperor himself, a double kill for BDD. Rascal tidies up the Karma so easily, and all of a sudden Fate is the last man standing.
He's gonna take a big rocket to the face, but the damage has already been done here as Fate. You were seen there, buddy. Gonna get over the wall, as he's actually gonna take this fight here. I think he might be able to kill Clid.
Yeah, there's the perfect execution, gets the second portion of it, as he has to face check.
Yeah, Clid is just trying to stop the back, really, as they're trying to push in the bottom side. We still got 15 seconds left. Gen.G might just win the game.
Yeah, looks like it. We're pushing forward. They've got a minion wave. They've got a Jinx. She doesn't do anything better than eating through towers, as that is, yes, sad Amumu face. And that is going to be the Nexus falling down in very similar fashion than in Game 1. And we are going the distance as Gen.G managed to fight back in Game.
Certainly hurt them. We talked about how Summit would have to single-handedly carry. He nearly did. I mean,
Gen.G managed to neutralize the Yamato magic from Sandbox Gaming, and they were able to get a win with their teamfight ability, and we saw Jinx coming out as a counter pick into Caitlyn. However, Gen.G was not focused around Jinx at all. Well, they were just trusting Ruler's form. At the same time, they locked in Brown, and Sandbox got R5 GP. Well, even the Korean casters were actually impressed by this creative pick. Well, Onflick did have a very hard game in the early phase, but this game was having so much mistakes overall. When stronger teams go for the late game picks like Azir and Jinx, they somehow find a way to win the game in the end, especially with Azir. In addition to that, Jinx has always been a counter pick into Caitlyn, and well, she wasn't really standing out at all, but well, she did manage to get the value of that pick. Sandbox was losing a little bit in the middle of the game, but they were able to even out the game at the later phase. But in the end, it was Gen.G that was able to destroy the enemy's Nexus. Well, even though Sandbox did lose this game, they were able to find their opening by engaging onto Jinx without flash. Braum does not have any tool to save his AD carry, just like Thresh does with his Lantern. So Fate found a Miracle E onto Jinx and was able to get a kill onto her with his teammates. And Fate just kept lending his skills onto the enemy, and Root was also going really aggressive, flashing forward for that kill onto Azir. Even though Sandbox Gaming was a little bit behind until that point, they were able to find an opening to turn the game around. However, Gen.G was not able to close out the game when they had a lead, but this time around, in the end, BDD's Azir was the one that came to save Gen.G. Azir, the super toss looks so easy from BDD. Sejuani and GP used all of their ultimate in order to get a kill onto Gen.G, but they were not able to find any meaningful value with their engage. And Akali was not able to dive onto the enemy backline as well. And it seems like they kind of blanked on the Azir's TP flank. So BDD found his perfect angle, and also Akali missed his E when he was running away from Gen.G players. Even though this TP was too obvious because he used his TP onto the minion wave, well, because Sandbox Gaming, they were too focused on taking that dragon and escaping away from them, they were not able to get enough heads up for that potential play. Now it's time to check out the player of the game for game number 2. Kind of obvious, the BDD Super Toss, the Shurima Shuffle. The BDD was the one picking up the 12th POG of the split on this Azir pick. I mean, BDD with this Shurima shuffle, he always just make highlight reel by himself. And this kill onto GP was also really huge because they were able to accelerate their lead. But Pawn also thinks that, well, Summit was a little bit too overextended at that point. It's really hard to find such an angle as a mid laner, but BDD was the one finding it, and also pulling it off. BDD is still on the top of the PUG standings over here, and no one can stop him. Outside of that super combo coming out from Azir, BDD is always so good at laning phase as well. And unanimous vote over to BDD, the perfect vote over to the king of Shurima. Gen.G managed to even out the series with this game in. Now it's time to check out game number 3.